Hi, this is Ryan from Galaxy of Toys, and I'm going to talk about the Bandai model kit of Boba Fett today. So here are the instructions here. Very similar to any one of these Bandai model kits. Just kind of goes through all the things. As you can see, there's lots of different little pieces. The joint pieces that you connect a lot of plastic into tend to be almost a rubbery plastic, and it helps those joints stick into place. And as you'll see later on, it helps those joints stay in place. So unlike like a really loose action figure or something like that, you can pose these figures and they will stay right there. These are the model trees where you have to cut every piece off. Generally, I recommend using a pair of wire cutters and then a knife to shave off any of the pieces that come off with it, just to make it a little smoother. So we begin with the head, of course. As you can see, there's a lot of different pieces, each step by step, that takes. I mean, the head, probably many people think this might take like about 2, maybe 3 pieces, but there are a ton of pieces involved with this. Here we look at the body, connecting all the armor on, the back, the front with the armor on there, and then kind of getting it all started to put together. We got the torso, and even the belts were a separate piece, and several pieces actually. Here's all the leg. Add these pieces on. They're flexible too, so the legs will still bend with that. When we get into the arms, it's kind of nice it has that little tube piece that attaches on there. Again, many different hands with this, so you can select which hand that you want with it. Getting it mostly completed Boba Fett here. Finally, we add the accessories. And this is the completed Fett. See him standing here, no decals, no paint yet. Here I've added the decals on so you can start to see how much that adds to the detail of the action figure. And here's with all the painting. Now most of the painting is the silver that you see, kind of that battle damage look. And here's the completed figure for Boba Fett. As you can see, he's pretty well detailed. There were some decals to put on, but they were pretty simple. There's a little bit of painting involved. Most of the painting was the silver battle damage that you see on him, which is pretty simple. You don't have to be exact with it. There's a little bit of other painting. A lot of decals make up like the details on the helmet there with the yellow stripes, as well as the black underneath the red. So you can see it's a fairly well detailed model. I'm really impressed with this. When I first took it out, I wasn't so sure about it, as the colors didn't quite seem right on just the regular model, but you see he looks pretty darn good. And he's got his full articulation, of course, full head articulation, arms, shoulders. So you can see they kind of separate a little bit. That happens on all of these, but you can always push them back in. You know, the really impressive thing with these is not just the articulation, but that the poses hold. You don't have to sit there and hold it. I mean, I'd think of like the Disney die-cast, where they don't always stand up too well. I think most of us who have owned those die-cast figures have found them falling over on the shelf a number of times. Whereas these, yeah, they come with a little base to kind of plant them in, but they stand up quite well on their own. So I just say it's very well articulated. I think if you want, you can move his cape a little bit. His backpack is removable as well. It's fairly simple there, if you really want to customize that sort of thing. But it's made that way. I mean, it's a model kit. It's a snap-type model kit. So you could take apart anything on this and it would still be okay, which is kind of nice. If you pull off his arm or his leg or even his head, like so, you can still put it right back on. And it still fully swivels, fully functions. I've been very impressed with these model kits. When I first bought the Vader off of Chris and Jake's suggestion from Toy Run, I figured I'd just buy the Vader. That's mostly what I do. I buy Vaders of things. But I've really become addicted to these in a way. The model kits are fun. They take about 3 to 4 hours to put together. So you get the enjoyment of putting all that together. And then you get a very high quality, very posable, well detailed figure. And it's as detailed as you want it to be. You can do all the paint that you want to, or you could leave it quite plain. So I would recommend these. Go pick your favorite character. Go have fun with these. They're fairly cheap. They usually run about $20 to $25 off of Amazon. Check them out. My next one that I plan on doing is the First Order Stormtrooper. I just received him, and I hope to have another video up and a review of him next week. Thank you.